I will tell you a lot of things you might not want to hear, but these are things that are going to be good for all of you, and these are things that are essential to understanding tomorrow's release. And if you don't know, tomorrow is the official release of version 1.1 of Facility Roleplay, the long-awaited update that we have been saying for release for about 3 months now. It went from 2.0 being released to 1.0 because a lot of stuff from 2.0 was just too much and we were changing the whole style of how we were updating. And so now we are finally going to release 1.1 to the wider audience. Yay! So let's go over some things that are already publicly known that we're gonna go ahead and talk about, and some other things that are publicly known. I'm gonna go over some small details and I'm gonna go over some big details. Now, the most obvious, depending on if you are a Centum player or an Osiris player, is the new teams. If you are an Osiris player, you will be getting the new Osiris Cleric uniforms in Osiris Cleric's teams. There are 3 different kinds of uniforms. There's this one, and then there is the most iconic one we've been showing around a lot, which would be the Osiris Cleric HR one. This is the one you've been kind of showing around the most, and along with the new SKS rifle. Now, this rifle is a suppressed rifle. It shoots pretty far away. It's pretty good at its job. It does a lot of damage. It is a semi-automatic rifle with a very quiet suppressor. You can still hear it, but barely hear it if you are not paying attention. So you can just... You really could just three tap people in the head. You can kill someone when they're not paying attention with this, and they will have no idea what's going on. And if you are a Centum player, or more likely a Centum combative player, you will be getting the D26 or Detachment 26. These guys are very good at what they do, and they are kind of ranked differently from other people. They have D26 conscript. These guys are straight from Homeland Security themselves because of what has been going on in Centum and just the chaos that has been going around. And they basically are, I wouldn't say they are the best members of security, but they are given a certain hand at things and how to deal with research subjects. And so they will come with the LC416, which is just a modified gun that was given specifically by orders of Homeland Security to give to these guys, as well as when we go to the higher levels, the SNC556 is also the higher level morphs that they get. The SNC556 is a very powerful rifle that is given to, it is another standard issue weapon that is given to the expeditionary forces. Ever since the war started, they have been trying to go ahead and use a variety of weapons, and this is just one of the different weapons that they use. It's a very nice rifle to use, very comfortable rifle. And obviously it has the 5.56 rifle ammo type. That's a weird saying. As well as these guys get a radio scanner, which goes ahead and shows them everything around the map, or most of the enemies and what they have in research. It's for research subjects, but you can also detect certain things. You can also, one thing about these guys also is that these guys are a huge counter for juggernauts. So basically they do more armor penetration with guys with armor. So with these guys, you will if you have a juggernaut and you see these guys, you will very much probably die before all your armor runs out. So these guys are a direct counter for juggernauts in general. That is however the only ability they actually have. Going back to the Osiris Clerics, if we go ahead and buy one of these, they have a social study ability, which basically gives them the ability to be whatever person they want to be. Let's say you want to go undercover, sneak behind the lines of Centum. You can go ahead and be one of these guys. Just make sure you don't pull out and aim your gun, because you'll go ahead and do that. Very similar to the CWU. Yeah, you also have another ability. You can also be a combative, walking around with this kind of things. I would recommend getting a Centum weapon when using this, because no one's gonna believe you're actually Centum when you're walking around with you know, this. But getting them for carbine, you'll be somewhat okay. Just don't shoot it. There's also the poison strike ability. So when you go ahead and use this ability, you go ahead and get the poison strike. So yeah, you can poison people. It'll put them down to near death, and it will be very useful for the combative field. So yeah, both Centum and Osiris have some new toys to play with. Other things involving that with some of the aesthetically changing things are the fact that when you switch cameras, it goes ahead and has this little cool effect now to it. So you go ahead and have a little more time to really look around the areas and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now there are a lot of other smaller changes that are being brought to Centum that I will not tell you about. There's like a lot of them. One of them being optimization. Optimization at the moment right now, I am recording, so keep this in mind. But let's go. I am at 80 frames right now, going through certain areas, and they will change based on what the zones are. So we have done our best to optimize the game to the best of our ability. See, right now I am at not 100 frames in this area. If I go ahead and go to my lowest setting, I will obviously be at probably max graphics. Yeah, see, I'm at max graphics no matter what. We're running fine. So we go ahead and make things, we try to optimize them more to the best of our ability. And obviously will run depending on how your internet is as well, and just some things involving that. We tried our best to go ahead and make it as optimized for everyone as possible. So if you're running a really bad PC, we'll go ahead and have that. We are also going to be adding some other changes to that, like changing the lighting system. So I have like a lower lighting quality for that, but most of the time you'll just go ahead and have these little small settings, small graphics changes, and you'll be fine with that. Yeah, just go back to this now. Okay, there we go. Right, back to the real world. And even with this, actually, I still get over 100 frames. So it's a very good, we tried our best to optimize it as much as we possibly could. A lot of changes are being added to 1.1. A lot of things that I want to go ahead and get out as soon as possible, but because we have waited for so long for this update, we actually planned on releasing it last week, but some issues came arise. We had to delay it one more week. So hopefully nothing happened this time, but we will see tomorrow, and I just hope you guys enjoy this update as much as you can. Have a good day.